Formula 2 cars like this, with about 150 horsepower, are massive Formula 1 brutes with 8-litre Chevys producing 650 horsepower. But now there's a move afoot to bring midgets to Britain. No Chevy here, but a V8 Rover giving about 250 horsepower in a British-built chassis. But before I have a go at it, let's have a look at those stock cars. I started with Colin Dunford's Formula 2 machine. The venue, the 370-yard shale oval of Coventry Stadium, home of the Coventry Bees Speedway team.
So, Formula 2 fun. Only 150 horsepower, but even that seems enough on this little tight track where you're trying to hold the back out on the power all the way through the turn. Full speed down the straight, engine screams, you stay in second gear, and then into the next corner. Again, trying to hold it on the throttle all the way round, brake, turn, flick. Again, if you let the front come, you have to come off the power. So you've got to keep the back out all the way around. This is on my own. I cannot imagine it with another 30 cars surrounding me.
Not only that, but stock car racing in Britain is a contact sport, and those cars can whack me in the back to get past. So what's more important, racing or contact?
Try to get your way through to the front, obviously. If you use contact, it slows you down slightly, but if you've got to use it, you've got to get through. As simple as that. You've got to go for it.
Well, I've tried the beginner's toy. I suppose now I'm going to have a go with 650 horsepower.
This was an altogether more serious proposition, particularly with that wire fence around the outside of the circuit. These brutes have a built-in stagger, which makes them want to turn left when you want to go straight. So I asked driver Des Chandler about the technique of getting through the corners, and quickly.
Yeah, well, as you dab the brake going into the corner, with the axle being solid on the rear, one wheel is smaller than the other, so consequently the car will try and turn to the left all the while. So immediately the car turns in, you then hit the power, and the car goes into a power slide, similar to a rally driver.
So it's going to steer itself, you're telling me now?
Yeah, as you hit the brake, just dab it, quite sharp, and the car will then turn to the left. And then you've immediately got to turn opposite lock and put the power on.
Otherwise?
You'll hit the fence.
Well, this is the big one then, Formula 1. 650 horsepower. It's heavy to drive. And you've got to have your wits about you. Brake, it turns in on its own. On the stagger, power. Oh, two sideways. 650 horsepower. Just lights up the wheels. Hold it, power, hold it. Now this is on my own. I can't imagine that you could have 30 cars and have people knocking into the rear, knocking into my rear bumper, piling me off the track. Oh. I could enjoy this.
Hang on a minute, though. I'm supposed to be trying out a British midget racer. It's time I parked this monster and had a word with Arnie Johnson, the Swede who lives in England and is trying to promote an American racing formula.
It's a very old dream. I worked in the States in the 70s, watched it every Saturday night, got hooked on the idea and tried to have it in England and in Europe. Midget car. They have 14 different governing bodies